Hey, what's up, Detroit? You are tuned into the official Clubhouse podcast. You are checking in with Quinn, and I am joined in studio by Thomas Harris, director of the upcoming film, The Mule. And I'm also joined by one of the stars of the film, Lance Whittington. We're about to get into the film. You guys, the AMC premiere is coming up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, April 11th.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You guys excited?
Oh, man.
Extremely.
Words can't explain, man.
Time moving super slow right now.
Yeah. So when people come out to this AMC premiere, it's going to be like a red carpet, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. You guys thought about like just what you're wearing and who's coming with you?
You know what's crazy?
I don't like to give too much of the drill out there, but I got a little idea of what I'm gonna do. But I'm
it's a little in-house competition we go with the red carpet event. So each year the cast, the fellas, we have this little competition of who's the best dressed. So
and amongst the account, we come up with the top 3.
Yeah, so we kind of just keep it. I don't want him to know what I'm coming with. He can't know because he gonna try to top me. Yeah, but we gonna come fresh. We come fresh every year. So, we always pull out all the stops for the red carpet.
Okay. Now, you guys, this is going to be a pretty big film. I mean, we got Sino also involved.
Yes.
We got J. Will also involved.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mr. Funny.
What was it? Yeah, and I know your character is, like, really rooted in comedy, right?
Yes.
A little peak.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what was it like to just work with your cast and crew overall?
Man, working with the cast was great. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was on the same page. First, you're around a group of people, everybody want to see each other win. Because you know what I'm saying, you could be on a set and somebody trying to outdo you or not, you know what I'm saying, but everybody care. Like, I could mess up somebody, or whatever going on. If they see a little pointer they could give me or whatever, we all chip in, you know what I'm saying? So we just there as a team and trying to better each other. So working with them is great.
Okay.
Yeah, I think working with, in this particular cast for sure, was dynamic because everybody just let it loose. Nobody was stuck in a box. Everybody tried things because, with this comedy, I told everybody, let's take it there. Don't come in and regret not trying something. And so he came in the first day of rehearsal and he went all the way there and we loved it. And the second he stepped in, we was just rolling.
Let me get them people this. Don't be scared. If you out there for the people who want to act and audition and stuff, don't be scared to try things. Mm-hmm. Because I was actually... at home when I got the character and I got the script, I was thinking about try something different with this character, and I was thinking of different ideas. So I put a whole different walk on him, the way he talked, everything. But I was nervous to try in audition. Like, they might not like this. Like, man, what is you doing? Yeah. But when I came in there, first time I opened my mouth and did my thing, everybody was laughing and clapping, and that's it. That's the move. So go for it. If you make a commit, you think of something and you want to try it, commit to it and go all the way.
I love Lil P. He brought it. He definitely killed it. I was proud of him. He did his thing.
That's interesting, though, because, like, just coming in and meeting you today versus watching the trailer and, like, what you say, like, D-Love or, like, whatever you said. Like, I'm like...
I can't do the voice.
For D-Love.
You can't smoke for D-Love.
Yeah. It's real different. So can you tell, for the people who don't know, what's your background in acting and I guess the steps you took to get up to this point?
Well, actually, my first gig was buffed up about 3 seconds. And I was nervous the whole 3 seconds, you know what I'm saying? And after that, I kept working with MFAA, Mule Films. Thomas Harris was coaching me, you know what I'm saying? And I was building my confidence and training. Then after that, I went to 5-0. Got a bigger role in 5-0. From there, Plug, Love, and here at Mule and McGraw Ave. So that's where I really started out at with my first little take and was buffed up. And now I'm in the Mule, April 11th.
Okay. And the McGraw Ave is
a series coming soon. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Now that's really, really interesting. Now also, before I forget, I wanted to hit on the fact that you guys were talking about Mule Films really being really connected, as an association, which I think is really dope because we definitely need more of that in Detroit. Mm-hmm. We definitely need, because we're really talented here, And so it's nice to hear you guys come together. You guys help each other. And you guys are what, on the sixth production? Sixth.
Well, 7th with McGraw Ave.
7th with McGraw Ave.
Oh, yeah.
McGraw Ave makes 7 productions. Yeah. But, I come from a theater background. So I studied theater at Wayne State for years. And I just remember us always, talking about how hard it is and how much money it costs to learn filmmaking. or even to learn acting. It's just so much. And I said, you know what? I want to just give back and help, just help people, who might not be able to afford, thousands of dollars, or who has a hectic schedule in the family but still want to do this what they love. And I said, you know what, I want to just give back. I want to give what I learned back to people. You know what I'm saying? And it started with these guys. I was just always just, giving them everything, just telling them, hey, this is how you do this, or hey, or they're coming to ask me, and I'll tell them I was always open to, help. That's what it's about. And so with Mule Films Actors Association, we came together and we wanted to help the community, especially with acting, and being able to teach the community and giving them tools that they can use on their own outside of class and outside of studying. They can take it to films or even in theater and just grow and continue to work on their craft and get better at it.
I was going to say, because you guys definitely take it a step further, because I saw that you guys offer acting courses.
Yeah, we do it in the fall. It's in the fall right now, which is our off season. Right now is the fall, so we do it in the fall. And then, summertime we're filming, so we don't do it in the summer, but fall. Okay.
That's really, really interesting. Now, I wanted to get into the Mule, right? Okay. So the trailer's been out. I've seen the trailer. It looks really interesting. It looks really like it's going to be very funny, and it looks like there's going to be like a real story there too that you guys really aren't hitting on yet. So can you just tell us, for the people who don't know, what's the concept behind the film?
Without giving it to you, the movie.
Well, first, Comic J. Will and Sino Harris. They're on the mission to transport some drugs from one side of town to the other. And throughout that journey, it's mayhem. They run into so many problems. And
everywhere they turn, it's a situation.
Yeah, so in that one route, in that day, there's a lot going on.
So BJ's job is to get what he got to get from this side to this side at a certain amount of time, and Boobie's job is to get him there. And so you can imagine how that goes.
Now, DJ is Sino.
BJ is Sino.
BJ is Sino.
Yes. And Boobie is J.
Comic J. Will play
Boobie.
Okay. Now, without telling us too much, we see from the trailer you get involved with the group somehow. Yeah. So kind of tell us about your character more and how you get involved with these guys.
Well, Little P, he first he's a gangbanger. But he a confused gangbanger because he don't even know what set he with. He just, you might hear him say, "Cuz, here, blood, there." He just, and then he animated, like he over the top, like his walk, his moves, and he a big part of their journey. They come.
He's Boobie's homeboy.
Yeah, so they see Lil P. They involve Lil P a lot.
Yeah, Boobie's homeboy is Lil P. So Lil P and Boobie, they go way back. They good friends. So that's how he got involved with BJ and Boobie.
Okay. Yeah. And now was the film shot in Detroit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And is it also set in Detroit?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So we're definitely going to get that like Detroit culture.
Yeah. Always.
Okay.
Always. One of our biggest things is to represent Detroit and represent it in the right way. Make sure it's authentic to Detroit, to the people of Detroit, and make sure we represent this city the way it's supposed to be represented.
Okay. Always. And how do you do that as a director? How are you in this film specifically, like bringing that culture to the light?
Just capturing, what Detroit is. Detroit is a big city full of everything. Talent, arts, everyday working people. It's just a city of so many different elements, but we want to make sure that we show where we come from and represent where we come from with pride. Be proud where we come from. We want to make sure that we always go back and show our stories are through what we went through growing up for the most part. They're stories that we want to make sure the people that are watching them can relate to them because, these are stories that we know, that we've seen or we've dealt with growing up maybe. So I feel like our job is to make sure that we are authentic to what we say and what we do in these films, especially to the people of Detroit.
Okay. And now, you guys know who's the writer for, like, the script?
Mule Films wrote it.
Mule Films wrote it. Okay. So, with this film, I know we can't really get into it because we don't want to spoil the film. Right. However, what are some, like, aside from the comedy, aside from the, like, hilarious side,
Okay.
kind of, I guess you can kind of say it's family friendly. I mean, well, not family friendly, but fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's definitely fun.
Fun friendly.
I don't know if
Okay.
family friendly, but it's fun.
Yeah, not
It's
not too much
friendly.
family. Yeah.
But might not be family friendly.
So aside from that, what other themes might we see the characters kind of run into?
Hustling. Trying to make it, trying to get by, trying to just, you know.
But we in a relationship, right?
We'll be in a relationship. You're gonna see some stuff like that. You're gonna see that family element of kids. You know,
Father-son connection.
Yeah, everybody, you know, raises their kids differently. No, you know, doesn't mean you're right or wrong. Just, you know,
Yeah.
everybody deals with how they raise their children differently. You
Definitely.
know. What else you gonna see? You're gonna see friendship, loyalty for sure. You're gonna see loyalty. You're gonna see disloyalty. You're gonna see some disloyalty. You're gonna see some ratas,
Okay.
as we call them. You're gonna see some ratas in there. You're gonna see it's a whole element of things.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, it's a whole element of things. It's you know, it's just a lot.
Okay.
It's a lot.
And you mentioned Boobie's girlfriend. Is that Ebony Tates?
It is Ebony
Yeah,
Tates.
play
Yoli.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What was it like just working with Ebony Tates on set? You know, what's she like?
Actually, I didn't get the opportunity to work with Ebony.
Okay.
You didn't?
Nope.
Oh, that's right.
Not
Yeah,
in
you
this
didn't.
film.
Okay.
Me and her didn't have a scene together or whatever. But I have worked with her in different films, and it's just mad love working with Eb. Like she talented.
Very much so.
And yeah, you share a scene with her. She gonna show up, so you need to show up because she got talent, talent.
She, you know, this one is the first time I've ever seen her do comedy. I've always seen her do serious. So this is probably the first time I've got to work with her and she did comedy. And, man, what talented woman. Talented. I mean, she had us on the floor rolling.
Okay.
She's so versatile in what she does. And it's just amazing work with her. It makes your job easier as a director working with an Ebony Tate. Makes it that much more easier because she just has it. She has the it factor.
Okay. Now, as a director, and Lance, you too, as an actor,
All right.
what are some of the challenges you guys faced, you know, kind of with the filming?
I mean, you know, challenges, just things like, you know, police not really knowing what's going on, so they stop and shut the set down.
Okay.
Because they think, you know, they don't know what's going on, so they shut the set down.
I mean, acting in itself is challenging.
What did it
The
say?
hours spent, the days,
Yeah, that could get
schedule,
tiring. Yeah. But when you love it, though, you wake up. You might wake up like, oh man, but you get back excited as soon as you step on set.
What's the schedule like for this? What was it like for this?
For Mule was, I think we did 16 days.
Yeah.
On an average, we probably were on set maybe 12 hours a day. I mean, some days you had 17-hour days, 18-hour days. Some days you had 8-hour days. Some days you had 5-hour days.
Okay.
But for the most part, it can get to be some long days. You know, you get up at 8, call us at 8. Certain people don't get off set
you can't control the weather.
3 or 4,
You could schedule something for 2 p.m. and it start raining.
And we live in Michigan.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
2 p.m. It'd be sunshine in the morning. Next thing you know, now it's storming. So
That's
it'd be days you get there at 8 and you get home at about 8 in the morning. I mean, that's happened before.
Yeah.
You know, but when you love it, it is what it is. You
Okay.
know, it's fun. You love it.
All right. Now, I saw on Instagram you guys actually went to some schools and you talked to the kids.
Yeah.
At Detroit schools, right?
Yes.
Okay. So how did those kids like enjoy that experience? Like you guys coming up there to connect with them, see them.
It was
Noble
and Renaissance High School.
They loved it, man.
Yeah, they did.
We let them do some of the warm-up drills we usually do before, you know, we take set or whatever. So they did that with us, enjoyed it. And then we actually brought some scripts and let them work on some acting and build a scene and then go up there and show do they scene. So they was loving it. You know, they had great questions. You know what I'm saying? Some was inspired. Some came in there to start off not want to participate, just want to be out of class. Like coming in there and then once we talk to them and get them warmed up, Now they love acting. They do the little sets, they do their scenes.
Yeah.
Now they want to keep going. Now they inquiring about acting. So it's definitely good interacting with them kids.
It's no greater joy. I know for me, and I can speak for Lance, and I can speak for everyone. When we didn't have this growing up, we didn't have people coming to our school that we watched on TV, that we looked up to, that we, was our favorite movie, or the kids always tell us, Buffed Up, or
They was loving that
Plug
Buffed Up.
Love, is our favorite movie, and 5-0 and all of it. We never had that as we were growing up. People coming to our schools doing that for the most part. So there was no greater feeling than seeing those kids smile. There was no greater feeling than seeing them, have fun. And I think as the position that we are in, that's our duty. It's our responsibility to give back to the youth, to help.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, for the Detroit school system, not to go too off track, but
Sure.
because as
you.
far as arts, acting,
Yeah,
music,
it's gone. Yeah.
and we have so much talent.
Yeah.
So much talent. I mean, some of the new kids in there, some of them were just naturally talented.
Yeah,
You
Picked
guys-
up on it like that.
Do you guys see Mule Films or yourselves individually really doing more in the future? Definitely with the youth.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
for
We
sure.
while we was
Films
there,
is-
we opened the doors to
Yeah.
them.
Oh,
Tell them
yeah.
about the classes.
Oh yeah.
They could come out. You know what I'm saying? They interested. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? And it'll be sponsored. They won't have to worry about paying.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
we
That-
definitely open the
yeah.
doors
Oh,
for
yeah.
them and to them,
Yep.
and let them know in the fall they want to come try a class with
Yeah.
Thomas. They welcome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Thomas, I noticed on Instagram, you also kind of shared with your journey that you really got started with Mule Films. And from there, it really took off. You mentioned Murder Pain, too.
Yep.
Can you kind of just talk about how you got started with Mule Films?
So 10 years ago, this was before Mule Films was Mule Films. It was T&B Films, and I was with a company called Project Theater Company. We were a theater company, and they were videographers, and we came together and we wanted to make a movie. We said, hey, let's make a movie. We write, we act, you guys shoot, you film. And we put together a movie called Concrete. We always say the greatest movie that never came out. It's called Concrete. And it just didn't work out. Creative things happen. Things happen. People grow. And so me and Mula stuck it together because, me and him just clicked together. We just had a good chemistry together. Our work ethic was the same. It was just everything worked. And so 2000 and about 13, 14, me and him, because we had split for a second, and me and him had linked back up and did Buffed Up, and 211 and Buffed Up, and from there it was no looking back. And so we went from, I was doing the acting, and then he was like, let's try directing, and me and him just started working hand in hand with directing, because I didn't know film directing in the beginning. I just knew theater directing and acting. And so I started to work hand in hand with directing, learning on my own, and through him too. And Birthday Behavior came up, and he was like, "Yo, let's do it. Let's direct it. I want you to direct it." So I came and I was like, "Yo, let's do it." And we rehearsed and we directed it, and it ended up being the #1 trending independent film on Amazon.
Yeah, I saw that. 3, 4 Mule Films have done that.
Yeah, three. I think it was 211, Plug Love, and Birthday Behavior.
Yeah.
Yep. And so, Murder, through the whole journey since day one, has always, he'd call me randomly out the blue, like, yo, what you doing? I'm like, just chilling, whatever. He's like, yo, you the GOAT, you the greatest, you the best, get back out here, do your thing, you know what I'm saying? Or, hey, keep doing your thing. Like, he always would call me and just motivate, give some kind of inspiration, some kind of motivation, some kind of just, just being a real friend, you know what I'm saying, a real brother to me. He would call me and check on me, and that's why I always give him, his shout-outs. I always give him his credit, I always give him, his praise, because he was genuinely, since day one, always in my corner, always pushing me to do this, pushing me to do that.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why I made the post of what I said about him. Since day one, that's my guy. Just like I'm always gonna be in his corner, man. He's one of the most talented people I've ever met in my life.
You guys, as a collective, are definitely a talented team. I mean, the influence
Thank you.
your films are increasingly having not over just Detroit, but like various cities like across the country.
Yeah,
And
it's spreading fast.
yeah,
Yes.
like
Rapidly fast.
Lance, just what do you think about that? Like the fact that the films are being with the company, being a part of the team, and just seeing the projects and the company get bigger.
It's I'm almost at a loss for words. It still be crazy to me, right? Like I just went to LA for Kobe's memorial. And for people to be running up to me out there, you know what I'm saying? And I never even saw acting. And it was a point in time I didn't think about acting. I didn't know I was going to act.
Yeah.
And it ended up happening, you know what I'm saying? I ended up sticking in and keep going with it. And so for me to go somewhere and get recognized as an actor on the other side, on the other coast, it should be crazy. So it'd be amazing. Like,
Funny story is
I can't believe it.
Lance, the first time we worked with Lance was Buffed Up. And he was so nervous. He was so nervous.
I mean, Buffed Up was a huge movie.
Yeah, it was. But it was his first time acting. You know what I'm saying? It was his first time ever even the thought of crossing his mind to act.
Yeah.
So going into 5-0, he had a bigger role. You know, he had a nice sized role. And I don't know what happened, but I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous for him. I'm like, ooh, he nervous, man. He was nervous about that. He got a bigger role than 5-0. But I don't know, he's a gamer. You know, some people just turn the switch on when the lights come on. And he did a phenomenal job in 5-0 for it to be his first film with a lot of dialogue and a lot of scenes. He did phenomenal. I was proud of him. All the way, and then Plug Love was his growth. Plug Love was better. Birthday Behavior was totally different than what he's ever played. He did great in that. Little P, I mean, Lance has he's one of the guys that you have to give that credit that he's just constantly growing. He's constantly growing. He's constantly getting better and better every time. I'm just amazed at his growth.
I'm trying, Coach. I'm trying.
Now, I wanted to, because you brought up 5-0 as well, and I believe Martell Lane is part of the film.
Yeah, Forever Fast Life Tale, for sure.
Yes. Now, I wanted to actually take the time to really pay respect and just talk about Martell Lane.
Yeah.
Because he was a part of 5-0. He was a part of Mule Films.
He was the
from
trailblazer.
From the start.
He was the trailblazer.
And we're gonna see him in the Mule.
Yes. The Mule and McGraw Ave.
And McGraw Ave.
And McGraw Ave, yep. His last two projects.
Okay. What was it like, for you guys to work with Martell Lane?
Well, for me, my relationship was different with Martell than probably Murders and Lance. You know, they all grew up together. I met Martell through films and videos and things. He would have you laughing the whole day. When him and Murder get together on set, people used to run and hide. Because them two together, oh my goodness, they would roast you for hours and hours and hours. I mean, when the camera cut, they back on you. I mean, people would run and hide, but it was funny. It was all love. It was hilarious. He was just a genuinely good dude. I remember my son was in 5-0, and I remember Tell just taking him under his, just always giving him props and making him feel happy, because at that time he was like, Dad, Murder and Tell, they did this movie, and I would take him and they would accept, Thomas as like one of their own. So one of the biggest things that I always remember, I'll tell you, he was just a good dude, man. He was just a good dude who was great at what he did. He was the trailblazer. Him, Murder, and Shamar, they jumped off the porch first, and they made the path. They did it. Them three. He will forever be in our hearts and forever be, the legend. He is the legend. Nobody will ever replace him or ever do what he did.
Yes. And Lance, what about you? What was your experience?
My experience.
I mean, because just seeing Martell, like I believe I mentioned, like I never got to meet him, but seeing his work, I was just looking at today, prior to the interview, I was just looking at a clip on Instagram of 5-0. And it's so funny that you guys say that he was funny, like really goofy, lighthearted, because that scene, he was a great actor too.
He was.
He was able to switch it off. I'm watching this scene, I'm like, just captured by how well he was.
He, you know, it's funny you mentioned that scene. You talking about the scene at the store when he was yelling about we cops.
Yep.
And all? That is so funny. His scene, Martell he used to roast me, man. He used to get me. That was my boy. We were doing that scene at the what's that, Warren and I can't think of it's the Whites. Yeah, we went and did that scene over at that store right there. And I remember we were rehearsing the scene, and I got all up in his face like, you know what I'm saying? We cops. We can't be out here doing this. And I remember him just sitting there staring at me. And I said, bro, go ahead, man. I know you about to say something goofy. And he said, man, your breath is banging. And I remember everybody just bust out laughing. But that was, I mean, it was a serious moment. I'm in character, serious, man. And all I could do is just bust out laughing. But that was him. That was him. He just was that type of a guy. He make you laugh at any moments, man. Just a good dude. But
yeah, for sure.
Lance is
Yeah, see, we go back before acting, but in the acting field, like, he motivated me like a lot,
sure.
And yeah, he motivated me a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how will we his character? I'm not sure how much you can talk about as far as the Mule, but kind of what will we see from Martell?
Man, y'all gotta come see it.
You gotta come see it.
Yeah, I don't want to give it up.
They can't give up nothing.
I don't want to give it nothing about it. I don't want to give nothing to them.
Okay.
Come see it.
Now,
You
gonna like it. Yeah, you gonna like it. He doing what he do best.
Okay.
You know, he doing what he do best.
And he and McGraw Ave, so.
And he McGraw Ave, for sure.
Now let's talk about McGraw Ave.
Okay.
Now, are you guys both involved with
Yes.
McGraw Ave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Director.
No, Derek Scott directed this one. I assisted directed this one.
Okay.
Yeah, Derek Scott is the director for this one.
Can you guys give us some insight into Mule Films' next project?
So, McGraw Ave is a film based around McGraw Ave.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Southwest Detroit. It's it's where a lot of us come from. You know, that side of town. And we wanted to.
It's definitely action packed.
Yes.
First, if you like action,
you're gonna
enjoy McGraw
you're gonna
Ave
enjoy it
for sure.
And if you like if you missing your 211 days, McGraw Ave gonna what they call that? Feed that hunger for that.
For sure.
So action packed. It's a street series that we wanted to give the people that's been the 211 followers and the fans. We haven't done a street film like that since 211.
Since 211.
So we said, you know what, let's do the series. And so it's based around Murder Pain. It's based around him. He plays a big significant role. I play a big significant role. Derek Scott is the director. Him and Mule Films are the writers. And that situation was that was different. That was different.
Right.
Yeah, that was different. Because the funny story behind that, we started shooting it 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Yeah, we started shooting it 2 years ago. We didn't finish it. We put it on the shelf because, it just wasn't time. It just situation didn't work out. And this fall, we had to shoot 80-something scenes in a certain amount of time. And that was the first time I ever experienced a lot of scenes
What
in
about
one
your,
situation.
I don't know if you want to share this.
What?
Something about your world-class blooper on McGraw Ave.
Oh, when I fell out the car?
Wait, what happened?
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that was wild. So we did I play a police officer, task force.
Right.
And so we pulled up on the curb and we had to hop out and run against some guys. So we kept shooting. We kept doing it. So this take, we had to drive up on the grass, hop out really fast, jump out, and go grab, So when I hopped out and jumped out, my foot, the boots I had was some bold boots.
Yep.
The mud slipped, and when it slipped, the gun flew in the air. I fell and skinned my hand, and the gun was pointing at me like this. And everybody on the set just bust out laughing. I posted it too. It was funny. That was hilarious.
Man.
That was funny.
Do y'all have like a lot of just fun
Oh
on set?
yeah.
Look,
Oh yeah.
I promise you, and we probably might need to do this one day.
I'll be telling Mula we need to do it.
If we have somebody film what happens when the camera's not rolling,
Yes.
that's a movie.
That is a movie.
Like how he said, from tail cracking jokes, murder cracking jokes. So don't try to take a nap on set.
Oh man,
like,
I got caught.
Don't
Birthday
camera
behavior.
shut down. We on break. Everybody about to eat, and you get caught slipping.
I got caught 3 times on birthday.
Yeah,
behavior.
somebody gonna mess with you. Like the stuff that happened. Yeah.
Mule might have had the most bloopers. Mule and Buffed Up, the most funniest bloopers. Mule's bloopers, Lil P's bloopers was hilarious when he was messing up.
Oh, and I'm
Comic J Will. I mean,
that's why,
it's
and I was about to just say
funny.
that. It's so much funny stuff that
Yes.
Jay Will said that's not going to be in the movie, only because, and it ain't like because that didn't make it. It brought it down.
yeah.
He just came with another great joke.
Yes.
But he's so funny and so sharp. It's like
Yeah.
when you do your first take, he might say something like with me, he'll say something so funny and throw me out of character. So now we got to cut, and then so now I'm prepared for that joke. So I'm like, when I hear it next time, I'm not gonna laugh. It's not gonna break my character.
Yeah.
We could keep rolling. They'll say action. We'd go into our dialogue, and he'll say a whole different
nother-
joke,
Yes.
funnier or just
Yes.
as funny. Now you like, I
And
be
you gotta
like,
hold it in.
on,
You
man.
can't break character.
It's hard too
Because the
it's
thing
hard
about
not
Jay
laughing
Will-
at his jokes while y'all working.
And I know what he's talking about because in Buffed Up, he did the same exact thing. You rehearse, and then you get on set and you do the take, and it's like a whole nother joke. But that joke is just as funny as the one you rehearsed. So when you know how when you rehearse a joke, you're used to it now. It's not as
Yeah.
funny. You're used to it. You got it. You can hold it in.
Right.
But when you hear it new, it's so hard to stay in character because it's so funny.
I imagine it's probably hard to stay in character with
Oh.
somebody like Jay Will,
Man.
because
What?
y'all were. He was basically able to like kind of improv too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We give Jay Will a lot of. One thing about Jay Will, I will say this, and I'll keep saying this, is that he's one of the most wittiest, quickest comedians on the draw. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go to him and say, Jay Will, man, we not really liking this one. What can we do? Right then and there, he got a joke. Or he got something that'll make it funny. I mean, right there. I mean, he's that witty and that quick with it. He is crazy talented when it comes to comedy. Like that I always give him top notch. Like he's up there.
Okay.
And you're gonna see why in the Mule. He's just like I said,
I
in
know
comedy,
that-
he's
I
got
know.
the factor.
When I used to watch Martin all the time,
Yeah.
and I look at Tommy and Pam, and everybody.
Yeah.
I notice them trying to hold laughs in or whatever. I used to
Yeah.
always notice as
Yeah.
a kid.
Yeah.
I got to experience that firsthand working
Yeah.
with Jay Will. Like
It make you realize
Yeah.
that Martin probably was making them jokes up on
Man,
camera
they
because
was
they were
trying to hold
laughing.
it in.
Yeah.
Now I get it. Like, oh, that's why they laughing
Yeah.
because he making them up right then and there. He adding.
That's so funny. I'll never forget the scene where they were on the phone, like the police. The plumber was in the bathroom.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And you can just see
Yeah.
Tatina
Yep.
Arnold
Yep.
like, just trying to hold her face
Yeah.
in.
And you could was it when he played Nino Brown, they was laughing at the table.
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
Yeah, it was rolling. So yeah. But that's what makes classic comedies, or even is when people have that type of talent, like a Martin. And
Let me tell you, the director Thomas, he'll give you a little leeway, but he'll let you hear it too if you bomb. Like if you try something new, and it's not and it's terrible, nah, cut that. We ain't going that. Go back to, you know what I'm saying. So they give you, you know what I'm saying. You could try something. You could try different words, try a different approach, and they
I'ma
like
tell
it. You could keep going, and sometimes it don't work. And
it ain't just me though. It's Murder and Shorty, and they will let you know if it was bad. They will. Murder and Shorty will let you know if it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing about us, we pride ourselves on making sure we tell each other the truth. We pride ourselves on making sure we honest with each other. You know, because I believe that honesty is the best way to get what you need the best in the film. You got to be
Okay.
honest with your team, with your people. You got to.
Now that's interesting to hear because Sino's part of the film. He's
Yes.
like the main character.
Yes, he is.
And, Sino's like, I know a lot of people know him for being a hip hop artist
Sure.
around the city. And then like he's doing acting too.
Yep.
How did you guys like, how was Sino on set? Like really working with him and
One
bringing
been
his
around-
character to life?
Foreman been around since day one. He's been around since the beginning. So, he was around during the Concrete days too. So he's been around since day one. And the same as like I said with Lance, he's getting better each time. He's growing each time we do a new film. He's just getting better. One thing Sino brings is that authentic feel to
Yeah.
BJ. He brings that authentic feel to that character, hustler. You know what I'm saying? A dude that's just trying to make his ends meet so he can get some nice things, type of thing. Like he brings that authentic Detroit hustler feel.
Just about to say, definitely that Detroit culture.
He does. He brings that, and he's just getting. I mean, he's just getting better every film. You know, from Plug Love, which was his big debut role, Plug Love, to Birthday Behavior, where he had to play somebody totally different
Yeah.
than a hustler or a gangster. and now to a comedy. You know, see, people don't understand it. In acting, actors have to have great comedic timing. You know what I'm saying? You can have a comedian that's great, but your actor also has to know comedic timing. They have to know how to feed off of comedy. They need to know how to hit punchlines and how they work. And he did well with that. He did great with that. So I'm proud of Sino. He really brought BJ to life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I did want to wrap up. I did want us to really, well, actually, I want to
wrap
ask
up. It's over with already?
No, actually, because I was like, wait, I do have another question.
Oh, okay.
What are actually, for you as a director and then for you as an actor, what are some of your future goals? Like, what are you guys really heading towards? Do you guys want to stay like in your lane or are expanding out or?
For me, it's just continuously doing what we're doing, trying to grow and keep getting better at what we're doing. I tell people all the time, we're here in Michigan. We're here. You know, we're here. We're doing it here. We're going to continue to do it here. And our plans are to build here. We can do it. As a film community, we can do it. You know, there's so many filmmakers out here that are so talented. Michigan's film community has grown in the past 5 years. Has grown tremendously. And so, you know, we're here, and this is what we want to do. We want to constantly keep making films. Good films. We want to keep constantly trying to make good films, and just push the envelope every time. You know, become better directors, better actors, better producers, cinematographers. You know, constantly working on our craft.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm pretty much back in that. You know, I'm just trying to work on my skills, keep growing, and just keep achieving new things, reaching new heights, and yeah. Put on for the city is one of the big goals too, for sure.
Yes, big time.
Okay.
Big time, for sure.
AMC premiere at
April
Star
11th, Star Southfield. April 11th, red carpet is at 6. Film starts at 8.
Tickets available now.
Tickets available now, yes.
General, VIP.
Yep, you can contact one of us, or you can contact Mule Films for tickets, or you can go on neptips.com.
Okay.
Or go to one of our bios. Our bios have the link in there.
All right. And what about people who go see the Mule? They love the Mule.
Mm-hmm.
They want to watch it again. Like after the premiere, explain that. Like, how does that work? When can they access?
So Mule really gives it about maybe 2 months, a month.
I think like a month.
I think Birthday Behavior came out in April, and then it was on for DVD in May.
Okay.
May-ish?
Yeah, I believe so.
It's like May-ish, June, something like a month or so. And then it's on Amazon Prime, at least within 2 or 3 months. It's on Amazon Prime.
Okay. So we can definitely expect it on streaming.
Oh yeah.
Available for purchase.
Sure. Oh yeah, for sure. It's gonna be on there for sure. Amazon Prime for sure.
Okay.
Yes.
So where can everybody keep up with you guys on social media?
Well, my Instagram is Lance Whittington, LanceWhittington_. My Facebook, Lance Whittington, and
you got an underscore on yours?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Somebody got Lance Whittington on Instagram?
I don't know. But Lance Whittington _, on Instagram, Lance Whittington on Facebook, and Lance
this,
the actor
gonna be
on Snapchat.
Lance Lil P Whittington after y'all see Lance Lil P. He gonna be Lance Lil P. Watch.
Yep.
You can follow me, Thomas L. Harris, on all platforms. THOMASL.
You got an L in the middle.
I do have an L in the middle of my name. Yes.
It's already Thomas Harris on Instagram.
Yes, and I'm proud of Thomas L. Harris. Okay. That makes it different. There's a lot of Thomas Harrises out here.
It's only one
Thomas
L.
Only one Thomas L. Harris. I might change it to Thomas Coach Harris, because y'all all be calling me Coach, and everybody be like, why y'all calling me Coach?
Yeah.
Thomas L. Harris on all platforms.
All right. Well, thank you guys for stopping by.
Thank you, man. We appreciate you having us, man. We do. Appreciate you, man.
Yes. You guys are just tuned into the official ClubHouse Detroit podcast. You guys make sure you go see The Mule, April 11th.
Yep.
AMC premiere is at Star Southfield. You can purchase your tickets today. Follow the cast. Keep up with the film on social media. You get your tickets. Will be available for streaming soon. I am Quinn. You're checking in with Quinn. You can follow me on all social media at Check-In with Quinn. And make sure you keep up with ClubHouse Detroit on all social media platforms at ClubHouse Detroit and at our official website, theofficialclubhouse.com.